Alright, here's breakfast. Chock full of fun. Hi. I don't know who I'm saying hi to. So, it's, day 1 of VidCon in Europe. We haven't gotten there yet. This is weird. Talking to a camera is weird. I have to do this. I promised myself in 2011 that I'd do this, and I can't let 2011 Ori down, because his ghost will come back to haunt me, and nobody wants that. He wasn't very pretty. So... this is surprisingly tiring on the arm. I don't want to be a cliche who goes to VidCon and makes his first vlog, but at the same time, like, you know, a promise is a promise. So, here we go. So the three of us made our way to VidCon, Natasha from my philosophy class, Jessica from my study abroad program in Copenhagen, and Mickey, a Czech dude we met in our room at Hostel Sarpati the night before. We were all inordinately excited to be attending, especially considering how much we paid. Ooh, it's zoomed in. Okay, hold on. Better. Alright. Yeah, it's, this is exciting. This is like, we're here. We're at VidCon. We're at VidCon. It's hitting me in waves. How much did you pay for these?
Yeah.
Worth it.
Way
Okay.
better than a plane trip to friggin' Anaheim.
Yeah, especially for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing to do was walk into the giant expo hall and try out all the different events, including this giant bouncy castle obstacle course. Natasha gave it a go too. It was nothing short of spectacular. The first panel was one on the power of community, hosted by John Green, Katie Morton, and Tyler Oakley. We just had the first panel.
Yesterday, everyone I was with was like, I feel so Fault in Our Stars. I was like, calm down.
And I asked John Green a question.
Hi. Oh, wait, there's me. Look at you! Yeah. In general, things that you feel like you want to be able to bring them in, but you just need to know where to stop.
That's a great question.
John Green validated me as a human being. My life is complete. After stating this, I spent the next several hours in an existential quandary over why I cared about the validation of perfect strangers from the internet, but anyhow, the panelists went on to answer my question on the impact that keeping one's public and private lives separate has on the ability to form a community.
So I got married before I started making YouTube videos, and I often think like, oh my god, if I hadn't gotten married, like, it would have been so stressful because, like, when did you tell your audience that you're dating, or it just, I don't know, it just seems, that seems very weird.
Because I still have a private practice, and every time I put something out there, I think, would I tell this to a client, would they be fine knowing it? Would I be okay knowing it's out there?
I don't know. It's like, having different platforms allows me opportunities to explore different things that are different boundary levels for me.
I like that. I agree. And I think that's all the time we've got, right?
I think so. Well, let me look. Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for coming this morning.
Have an awesome VidCon Europe. I hope your day is just beginning, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, friends.
After the panel, we went exploring the rest of the expo hall, where we wrote some messages on this big white wall, took photos at a photo booth, where I in turn took a photo of the person taking the photo, and then while waiting in line, I was approached by the lovely Laura of Bookiosaurus, who asked me if I'd like to join her in taking a GIF, and I have to say, I greatly admire that she came over to me out of nowhere and made friends. So Laura, if you're watching this, that was really cool of you. Then we walked by some
Ukulele music, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, time to go to the Charlieissocoollike meet and greet. Where in line I heard more
Ukulele music.
In line we spent an hour sitting down, so while I waited I got the chance to meet Ellen, who's holding the ukulele, Mirte, the one singing, and Josje, who's off camera across from Mirte, and I sincerely apologize for my inability to correctly pronounce Dutch names. But then it was time for... Hi, we're on camera right now, and don't know what to say at all.
Well, thank you for waiting.
This is dedication though, you have to go through like so many of these.
Yeah, well, it's nice. Like, this is my favorite bit, is meeting
Really?
people. Yeah, it's tiring, but it's good. It's more the smiling.
Well, thank you for talking to my camera.
Of course. Happy to do it.
Mildly shaken from having just met the guy I wanted to be when I was 13, I decided that the best way to calm down was This giant ball. Look at me go. Then I met someone doing what I was doing.
Hey, wanted to be in the video, so welcome.
And then out of the blue...
Hello, I am TomSka man. I make YouTube time.
He does. Everybody knows it.
Not everybody. Like, there's like
Everyone I care about.
like, I gotta stay humble.
Alright.
Ish. As humble as I can be when people want to meet me in public.
Yeah, and take videos of you.
Yeah, I think it's, at least it's for the right reasons. You know, if I was just like a cute girl, people would be taking videos of me without my consent.
That would be very
and that'd be upsetting. So I'm glad I'm like an ugly guy. That really helps.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a cute girl.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds like a nightmare.
The real lesson.
Then I wandered back into the expo hall, past a bunch of regular-sized people playing giant-sized games, filmed this Jenga guy, and then stopped filming right before this happened. Then it was time for the next panel, in which the Vlogbrothers came on stage for
a live version of Dear Hank and John, but we're not recording it. I mean, I guess some people are recording it.
He was right. Also, I got this wonderful soundbite.
You're my friend.
Then we had some free time, and in the 2 days prior to VidCon that I'd spent touring Amsterdam, I'd already prepaid for a canal tour and a view from the top of the Amsterdam lookout, so I found Jess and we left the Rye Center to go and cash in on that.
I am tragically unaware of my surroundings while I film during the streets. It is not safe. It's borderline suicidal.
Once we got into the boat to enjoy the view from the River Amstel, I couldn't help but reflect on how strange it is to see internet people in 3 dimensions for the first time. But what was even more striking than meeting any of them was how real the community aspect of VidCon was beginning to feel. For instance, while waiting in line for a meet and greet, we all but ignored the fact that Charlie McDonnell was standing 50 feet away, and instead focused on each other. It was these little instances of bonding as a community that continued to stand out as my favorite aspects of the convention. Anywhere from a photo booth to a line to the seats before a show, just getting to share in the excitement with strangers. We crossed what I think is called the IJ River, took the elevator ride up, and got to see this amazing view from the top. Back to the convention center for the Saturday night creator show. It was co-hosted by Reed Reimers, who I actually got to sit with and talk to on the plane ride back, and he gave me this t-shirt which looks better with flash on. Then Nathan Zed, the Third Pew, said,
YouTube is a terrible place. YouTube's a terrible, awful place, and I want it to die. Like, I need it to die.
And then Susie talked about an old video.
I'm about to re-upload it tomorrow.
And then Freddie Wong came along and told a joke in both Dutch and English.
I'll redo it. There were 2 balloons in the desert. One said to the other, "Look out, there's a cactus." That was going to be the biggest laugh I get all weekend.
And then Matt Pat came out and gave an inspiring speech about overcoming anxiety.
This section's a lot more excited to see me than this section. I won't hold it against you. I'll just, make a mental note of it.
And just like that, it was day 2.
Here we go.
I walked past a group of hipsters doing their morning routine and then into the mental health panel, featuring TomSka, Nika, Erculj, and Katie Morton. The next panel up, featuring Dodie and Katie again, was about internet trolls, and it was named after my favorite line in the first Harry Potter movie. Turn around in the dungeon! In which Dodie came to this revelation.
I learned that the way to make friends is just to be nice to people.
When the panel ended, I got in line for the Red and Link meet and greet, right next to Hank Green and Matt Pattis. In line, I met the very intelligent and very kind Shauna.
Say hello.
What? Hi?
Who speaks remarkable English and is strikingly well-traveled, but more admirable in my book is that she's able to see the merit and value in cultures vastly different from her own. She recorded this bit when I went in to talk to the 2 internet-tainers.
We just finished the Red and Link meet and greet, and they're really cool. Every YouTuber is really cool. I don't know how it works. We waited in line for an hour and a half. Okay, moving on.
Next was a panel called YouTube Honesty Hour featuring Hannah Hart, Nathan Zed, Savannah Brown, and 2 Dutch YouTube sketch makers whose names I wish I could remember.
You don't do like big thumbnails and stuff like that. It doesn't do as well.
It's the same thing with the movie industry, with making Transformers. Like, it's not about us as an online platform. This is just how our culture is disseminated.
And then this happened.
What are we doing?
I don't know, just saying hi.
Are we just saying hi? You didn't plan this out, huh? You can remember this interaction. Oh.
In real life. See,
I know.
I'm a Zaf, a Z, so like I'm used to the long way. Right?
Yes,
At the end of the
you
alphabet,
understand.
The whole, yeah.
I feel you. They would always put me in the back of the line and like, just I was never at the front. It's terrible.
What do you study at school? Because like
Business. Marketing right now, which I feel like is just something that I might be able to, implement in this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now you know. My channel doesn't even know. Your channel.
Nathan, you told me to tag you. I'm tagging you. I'm gonna get a Twitter account just to tag you. So I have gotten a Twitter account and have tagged you, I guess, at this point. Wow, that pumped me up. You're a cool guy. He's a cool guy. All right, time to get some pancake puffs. They didn't have the pancake puffs, but they have Dutch pancakes, which are basically just crepes, and look delicious. Also, this place is so freaking scenic. Oh, it's so blurry, but still. And then it was back to the convention center for a group picture. We're on the M. After which it was time for a Red and Link Q&A.
We're going to take your Q's, and then we're going to give our A's.
And the way we're going to do that is we have a microphone on each side.
Yeah, at which point I promptly jumped up and was first in line for a question. I asked if the creative process had shifted in coming up with videos from their first talk show, Good Morning Cheerleading, into their current episodes of Good Mythical Morning.
With the microphone coming out in the middle of it. And we'll have the conversation that we would have had as we drove in. And that's literally how we did all of Good Morning Cheerleading.
Now we have a team. Because if we didn't, Good Mythical Morning wouldn't exist at this point. I think there's only so many conversations that two guys can, 1,100 times, or however many episodes there are now. It got to a place where it's like, okay, A, if it's going to be sustainable, and B, if we're going to be able to do anything else besides Good Mythical Morning, we're going to have to develop a team that we can, as a group, we can develop the ideas.
After that, it was time for the Sunday night featured creator show.
Thank you for being your mythical best. We'll see you here in a little bit.
This is recording down there. Yeah. Okay. At this point, a bunch of people had been running around in front of the stage, getting people to yell into their cameras, and I wanted the shot. It died down when creators took the stage, and there were a lot of top-tier creators.
I mean, this is home of the Rijksmuseum, and now we're going to eat some Dutch snacks.
So for some reason, I've been asked to host. They decided to take the fattest guy on stage and put him so close to the food. But can I eat it? No, I can't.
And then they drew the lottery tickets, and something happened that I never expected in my wildest dreams.
Can we get a drum roll? Can we get like a... And announce it, Dean?
Dr. Sav, or Ori Sav. It's one of the two.
It's Dr. Doctor! Come over here, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a doctor in the house?
I was ecstatic. Oh, just look at that face.
No?
Then Dodie's performance gave me chills.
I think I've been telling lies, 'cause I've never been in love.
And then there was a splash of color on stage with paint.
'Cause I can see,
I swear it's true. I'm just a little nervous in front of you.
John Cozart then performed solo as well.
I loved being princess down in this beautiful ocean blue. But mermaids are going missing, they end up in someone's school.
Then Red and Link did a live Willet episode.
Good Mythical VidCon!
These are fresh from about 1 p.m.
Thing around here. Getting conflicting. Give it a hard dip there. Dink it. Sink it. Dink it. Oh. I told you it was slick. Man.
You're eating it wrong!
Because as you might have already seen and picked up on the pattern, we've been putting all these into a blender.
Oh no!
Did you hear that? I think it's occasionally hitting fishbone.
Amsterdam in a cup.
Now, are we going at the same time, or why don't you wait and see how it is for us? So you just hang back, dink it, sink it.
I love it here.
It's better, I think, than I expected it to be. There's a lot of chocolate milk coming through, and a little bit of salt and fish.
All right, well, you can take that back to your seat.
Woo!
Afterwards, YouTube's holy Trinity came on stage.
The rules are that each of us has to make a buzzer noise because we don't have any actual buzzers. So for instance, my buzzer noise is going to be wah. You don't have to applaud that. What's your buzzer noise going to be? Eat shit.
And then to close it out, Hank Green threw peanut M&Ms into the crowd.
I disavow all ownership over this terrible strategy.
And then as abruptly as that, it was over, and the volunteers were handing out leftover posters to a crowd of people outside. So now that you've all patiently made it through the video and or skipped to the end, here's all the merch I got at VidCon. A Healthy Mind, Healthy Body poster signed by Katie Morton, a Don't Forget to Be Awesome poster signed by the Vlogbrothers, a Good Mythical Morning poster, a Crash Course poster, a Practice Reckless Optimism poster signed by Hannah Hart, a VidCon Europe poster signed by John Green, Disney Princess name tags from John Cozart, all this stuff from VidCon sponsors Taco Bell and Digital Minds, this awesome snapback, a Good Mythical Morning shirt, a Nail and Gear Flag of the Internet shirt, a quality shirt that sold out before I could buy it and I was very excited to find in the lottery backpack, and finally a DFTBA baseball tee. Whew!
3, 2, 1, ninja!
At the end of the convention, I hung out with Natasha, Mickey, Jess, and a bunch of VidCon volunteers from around the world who were as reluctant to let the day end as I was. We played Ninja and climbed to the very tip of the D on the I Amsterdam sign and sat around talking for a bit. In a bout of premature nostalgia, I gathered everyone into a circle to reflect and process the memories we just made. We all agreed that in the face of the awesomeness that is meeting YouTubers, what stood out were the connections with other fans. I may have won the lottery, but being able to share in this excitement with equally passionate people was the true prize.